7 Fallacies about cerebral palsy. From someone who knows. Expanded and rewritten from a 2014 piece. 1. All cerebral palsy cases are alike. No, they aren't. Many people, like me, have bad posture. I've had cerebral palsy since birth. My back has a natural forward lean to it and a prominent curve in it. I, therefore, have trouble standing up straight. I'm less coordinated, and I move slower than most able-bodied people. I'm still indeed luckier than some people who have this debility and spend all their lives unable to do what I've been able to do. I do things for myself in most cases, and I ask for help in other cases. Some people can't dress themselves, eat, or talk without assistance. There are ways to manage all these limitations, though. Some people, like me, who have cerebral palsy, which I'll hereinafter refer to as CP, were born prematurely, only to later develop symptoms. Many of them had low weights then, too. There's nothing that insight regarding treatments, such as surgeries, and nourishment can't handle. 2. Most people who have CP are confined to wheelchairs. Although some CP cases do see people spending most of their lives sitting in wheelchairs and unable to move about freely, I can walk by using either crutches, a walker, or walls to hold on to. Balancing myself sometimes demanding, and I have a fear that I'll fall and hurt myself, even more so now that I've gained weight, yet I always try my best to not let that fear overwhelm me. I used to be able to walk across rooms without help when I was lighter. Gravity and overeating have dealt me a blow. 3. Most people who have CP can grow out of it. It's Bell's palsy that can, and often does, dissipate. Portions of people with Bell's palsy's faces will be paralyzed, resulting in dulled senses of taste and a louder sound in the ear on the side that's most affected. They might have problems blinking, contracted and or drooping muscles, facial twitching, and painful eye dryness, too. Such is fate that CP is everlasting. Although it's permanent, I'm resolved that I must be of use in my condition. I'm satisfied to know that my life shouldn't be spent dwelling on my shortcomings. I should use the writing talent that I was given to change perspectives and perhaps speak for all those who can't express themselves clearly enough. I hope to be doing some good. 4. Having CP weakens intelligence. Actors like R.J. Mitt, who starred as Walter White Jr. on the television series Breaking Bad, artists like Dan Keplinger, who was featured in the award-winning documentary King Gimp, authors like John W. Quinn, who wrote Someone Like Me, an unlikely story of challenge and triumph over cerebral palsy, and Ryan O'Connell, who wrote I'm Special, and Other Lies We Tell Ourselves, and who now stars in as lead and writes the Netflix series that's called Special. Comedians like Jerry Jewell, who starred as Jerry, sister to Lisa Whelchels, Blair, on the television series The Facts of Life, and Josh Blue, who was a contestant on and won the television series Last Comic Standing, among many others, have all proven this to be false. Although our reasoning faculties and mental stability are like almost everyone else's, we're sometimes slower on the uptake. 5. CP is a disease. No, it isn't. It's a disability that's caused by a brain injury that happens either before or during birth. About 3 in 1,000 children are affected, or over 17 million people worldwide. It also isn't progressive. There are different types of CP, too, that include ataxic, athetoid, or dyskinetic, and spastic. Spastic CP is the most common form, and it affects 70% of those who are afflicted. Moving can be difficult with hypertonic or tightened muscles. Ataxia damages the cerebellum. It's the rarest form. It affects only 10% of those who have the disorder. It affects a person's balance. High and or low muscle tone is present in athetoid or dyskinetic cases. 20% of CP cases are of this type. Involuntary movement and steadiness problems are common with it. The word disease connotes that having CP is like being given a curse or a plague. CP isn't contagious. It's out of our control. None of us is infirm. We're all only trying to be normal, if allowed. 6. Having learning disabilities goes hand in hand with having CP. Although I went to a special education class in high school, it didn't keep me from graduating with a B average. There are some disadvantages to CP, yet few of us who have it are incapable of going to public schools. None of us, regardless, should be set apart from other children. Positive reinforcement and social interaction are key. 7. We're all tired of answering all your questions about CP. I wouldn't have written this if that were true. Asking questions is the only way to interpret things better. There wouldn't be any sort of research if no one asked, why? I don't mind answering any question if you're curious and polite and if you're ready to hear what I say.